Hello, everyone. I wanted to pop in here really quickly to share some very interesting information that was downloaded to me last night in a psilocybin journey that I did. One of my girlfriends and we decided to do a joint journey together, and it ended up being super powerful, very intense, and we were actually channeling into one another's journeys. And I think I'm going to have her on the podcast to share some stuff, because she's got access to some really very interesting information that also came through her journey about time and how we move through different times and dimensions and stuff. But what I wanted to share with you guys is some information I received about Egypt last night. And so in my journey, I was being shown the pyramids and just Egypt in general, the grid around Egypt, specifically more around the pyramids. And I was being told that there were ancient wisdoms that are held within that grid that are, I don't know if they're locked in the pyramids or they're held somewhere in the vortex there, in the, I know there's like a Stargate there. So it's hard for me to completely unpack. So just bear with me, because I was given so much information. It's still coming through today. More was getting processed while I was on my run. More came through in the shower. So I'm just going to do my best to try to unpack it a little bit. I'll probably come back on and share more with you. But I was understanding that the Egyptians understood the feminine energy and its sexual power. So the feminine's sexual power was very well known back in Egyptian times. And this was how it's always intended and created for the feminine here, especially in the human form, through understanding that feminine energy, the lower chakras, especially the sacral, the womb space, is very important. So there's like thunder. There's going to be a storm here. So what I understood was that the feminine will reach their pinnacle of power through their sexual energy when it is fully unleashed and understood properly, how it is used and how it generates everything, like creation, all that. I mean, we know some of that already with the womb space, but how it relates to the masculine this is so cool. Okay, one, the masculine is responsible for helping to activate that energy within the woman, and allows, through that activation, she releases much more light into not just her own field, but into the world and anyone who is with her. And this is one of the reasons why men are so drawn sexually to women, and why there's that magnetic force. It's like the sexual energy can almost act like a beacon of light to help men also discover their own light or find their light. It's almost like a guidance, I hope I'm making sense. And so the Egyptians knew this, and this is some of the reasons why it's been distorted so heavily over thousands of years, to disrupt the power of the feminine energy, but also how it works with the masculine, and also bringing him into his power as well. And of course, the masculine activate the women, so they help to bring the women into the power. So it's very synergistic. It's not like one is more than the other, but it was really powerful. And one of the reasons why this was shown to me is because in my intention, there was something very personal I was asking about in my intention around partnership. And this was shown to me, and this is one of the reasons why I've kind of loosely talked about it. If you haven't listened, I was on Matt Gottesman's podcast, The Hustle Sold Separately, and we talked a little bit about intimacy on there. His podcast just came out on Saturday, so if you haven't listened to it, please do. I am being heavily guided to move all of my work under the umbrella of intimacy, which is, I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to develop a specific method that I can help people connect more deeply on a much more intimate level, intimate connections with self, others, not just romantically, not just physically, because we're in a time where everyone is really disconnected. No one knows how to truly connect. We're so used to the internet now. It's like no one knows how to actually have human-to-human connections. And so this was being shown to me for part of my work. So I'm going to be continuing to unpack it because there was more. But I wanted to share that with you guys. Oh, there's more. The female orgasm. So I'm sure many of you, both men and women, are aware that oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes, once a woman orgasms, she may start crying after, like all of a sudden, like all these tears come to the surface. And I was unpacking this in the shower, that I heard the saying last week that when the heart opens, the tears come. And that when a woman orgasms, she has reached the pinnacle of her full sexual power, like it's a full release, right? And it's a sense of coming home back to remembering the essence of her true power, but also because it gets so activated, it shoots up into the heart chakra and opens her heart, which is why the tears come. So as well, so there's this, it's kind of a mixed thing of both remembering her essence of true power and reconnecting to it, but also this longing of like feeling lost from it and almost like a coming home energy. And then also the tears, it's like because the heart's getting opened, which is where a lot of the power, the feminine energy is all about the heart, the magnetic force, right? The masculine is all more about the mind and the electric. And so this was really cool. There was also something really quickly about that. Oh, and oftentimes women will give away their power in understanding that they think that, oh, this is why women get so attached during sex. So if a woman has sex with a guy, she gets super attached, but a guy doesn't necessarily get attached. And of course that's such a general statement, but the reason being is because a woman gets so reminded of her power, she thinks it's the man who gave it to her. And so there's almost a confusion of energies and feelings. It's not that, of course, there's going to be a connection between partners. It's so beautiful. I'm not trying to discount that. But there's also another underlying energy that's getting confused. And it's about the woman actually starting to recognize her power, but thinking it came from the man. And it's almost like it's almost like trying to attach to the man to keep that power going, or it's like the heart gets open, and so there's a little bit of a mix-up of feelings there. Again, please don't misinterpret that as me saying that there's not this most loving, sacred connection here between men and women and feelings and all that. It's just, this is one of the reasons why women tend to get more attached than men. So I wanted to drop that down. On Tuesday on my podcast, I'm going to be having Ali Morgan on, who's going to talk about how she was able to reverse autism, cancer, Crohn's disease, and more through the carnivore diet. And I want to reiterate, guys, I don't believe the carnivore diet is the heal-all for everyone. I don't think it's for everyone, but I think it's important information to share. So please tune in. It's an incredible episode, and I think it could help a lot of people who maybe are trying to find other ways that are not, because other ways aren't working. So, guys, I love you so much. If you need any assistance on your journey, know I am here. You can book readings, coaching, all that. I've been getting so much downloads and information, and I've been doing some really cool readings lately, and it just excites me so much. So, guys, I love you so much. All the information you need to connect with me is down below, or just head on over to my website, NicoleFrolic.com. I love you so much, and I'm going to talk to you guys really soon.